Chosen one. Something inside you already knows this truth. The season of darkness has ended. You can feel the stillness in your spirit, like the world just took a deep breath with you. The weight that sat on your shoulders has begun to lift. And though the world still looks the same, everything in the unseen has changed. This isn't coincidence. This is divine timing. For too long, you've walked through hidden wars, smiled through pain, and kept moving when no one noticed your silent strength. Heaven has been watching. Every moment you felt forgotten was actually a moment of preparation. You were never being buried, you were being planted. Your tears were not wasted. They watered the soil of your calling. Every disappointment was a hammer shaping your destiny. And now, the voice of God calls your name through the dawn, not as a victim of storms, but as one who carries authority over them. It was spoken in the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 8. Do not gloat over me, my enemy. Though I have fallen, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. That verse burns through your story like fire. Because yes, you fell, you doubted, you almost gave up, but here you are still standing, still chosen, still breathing purpose. The Lord Himself has stepped into your darkness and declared it over. What once was a pit is now a platform. Now, you have survived nights that would have destroyed others. You walked through silence and rejection, and instead of turning bitter, you became deeper. The light of God did not abandon you. It hid within you until the right moment. And that moment is now. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. The spiritual pressure that once held you down is breaking. Heaven is announcing, the storm has passed. Your name is being mentioned in divine places. The doors that refused to open before will not resist this time, because now you walk in authority. You don't beg, you command. You don't chase, you attract. You don't fear the night, you carry dawn within you. Chosen one, this is your awakening. The pain that tried to silence you has become your testimony. The devil called it your end, but God called it your beginning. You have been refined, not ruined. You have been tested, not rejected. And every scar glows with glory because it tells the story of survival. Take a breath. This is what freedom feels like. No more pretending to be strong, you are strong. No more fighting for acceptance, you are already approved by heaven. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. Your endurance already did. Right now, as you read this, heaven celebrates you. The angels stand in awe of your perseverance. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead has raised you from despair. That's why the heaviness has lifted, because the grave that once held your spirit has been rolled away. You've crossed over, from confusion to clarity, from pain to peace, from endurance to elevation. The darkness you feared was only the backdrop for God's glory to shine brighter through you. You are walking into a season where everything lost will return multiplied, and everything broken will come back whole. Now pause for a second. Lift your eyes, lift your heart, and acknowledge what God has done. You made it. You overcame. This message didn't find you by accident. It found you because heaven chose this exact moment to remind you the darkness is over. So before you go, seal this prophetic moment with action. Like this message. Share it with another soul who needs light, and subscribe so the words of truth continue to reach you. And finally, in the comments, write 711, the number of divine completion. Let it be your declaration that what once broke you no longer holds power. You've risen, chosen one. The dawn is real, the night has ended, and your story of victory has just begun. You have carried so much, chosen one. More than anyone around you truly understands. The battles you fought were often invisible, and yet Every step you took was heavy with unseen resistance. You carried family burdens, silent heartbreaks, unanswered prayers, and dreams that refused to die no matter how much pain surrounded them. There were moments when you wanted to quit, when you whispered to heaven, "I can't take this anymore." But even in your breaking, you didn't collapse. Something holy kept you standing, even when your strength was gone. You thought it was stubbornness, but it was grace. Grace held you when logic said you should have fallen apart. There were nights when you looked strong to others, but deep inside you were crumbling. And yet, even then, something whispered, "Keep going." That whisper wasn't from the world, it was from God Himself. He saw what others didn't. He knew what you were carrying, and He counted every tear that fell from your eyes. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 2. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." That verse was your reality all along. You didn't realize it, but while you walked through floods of despair, He was walking beside you. When the fire of betrayal burned hot, His hand shielded you. That's why you're still here, not because you never faced the storm, but because the Lord never left you in it. You carried loneliness, rejection, disappointment, and fear. You carried dreams that others mocked, promises that seemed impossible, and faith that felt fragile. You even carried the weight of trying to stay kind when bitterness tried to take root. That's not weakness, that's divine strength clothed in humility. Every trial was building muscle in your spirit. Every delay was carving endurance into your soul. And though you couldn't see it, heaven was strengthening your backbone for greater glory. God never wastes pain. What you carried was not punishment, it was preparation. You see, the chosen are trained differently. The ones who carry glory must first carry pressure. The ones who will lead others through darkness must first learn to survive their own. Your tears became your training ground, and your solitude became your sanctuary. There is a reason you were misunderstood. People saw your calm, but they never saw your battles. They saw your smile, but they never felt your ache. And yet, through it all, you kept choosing faith over fear. That choice alone separated you from the rest. It's what made you the one heaven could trust with heavier assignments. The season you just came through wasn't random, it was refinement. Like gold in the furnace, you were purified through pain. Everything false fell away, and everything real within you began to shine. That's why your spirit feels lighter now. The burdens that once defined you have turned into blessings that will propel you forward. God saw every sleepless night. He saw you praying when no one believed. He saw you forgiving when you had every reason to close your heart. Those moments didn't vanish into silence, they became seeds sown into eternity. And now, those seeds are breaking through the soil. You've carried enough. Chosen one. The weight that once made you tremble has fulfilled its purpose. You are not broken, you are built. You are not exhausted, you are evolving. You are not forgotten, you are favored. The world may never understand the full story of your endurance, but heaven has already recorded it. Every battle you fought, every tear you shed, every step you took through the valley, they were all preparing you for the unveiling that begins now. Your carrying season is ending. The lifting season is here. Chosen one, you didn't just survive the fire, you became it. Every moment that tried to break you only revealed what was indestructible inside you. The pain you felt wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to extract the divine from within you. Fire never destroys gold, it exposes its purity. There were nights when your heart screamed silently. Why me? You looked at the ruins of what used to be your peace and wondered if anything holy could come out of ashes. But now you see it, the fire was never against you. It was working for you. It burned away what could not stay and left behind what could not be shaken. When everything around you seemed lost, heaven was watching, not in cruelty but in confidence. God trusted you with the furnace. He knew you'd come out shining. While others saw destruction, He saw refinement. While you begged for rescue, He whispered, "Endure, I'm making you new." We are reminded through the writings of the prophet Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 9. I will bring the third part through the fire. I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, "It is my people's," and they shall say, "The Lord is my God." That's you, chosen one. You are part of that remnant, the ones who called on His name in the heat and were heard. You walked through flames that would have destroyed others, and instead of collapsing, you emerged brighter. The fire didn't consume you, it crowned you. Now look at yourself. You're not the same as before. Your voice carries weight now. Your eyes see through deception. Your spirit no longer trembles, it stands. That's what the refining did. It stripped you of illusion and clothed you with authenticity. You no longer need approval to feel worthy. You no longer chase validation, you carry revelation. Every betrayal that broke you was secretly building you. Every delay that frustrated you was stretching your capacity for blessing. Every tear that fell in silence was baptizing your soul in strength. You didn't lose yourself in the fire, you found the version of you that hell couldn't touch. And now the darkness fears you. It recognizes what you carried. You're no longer just a survivor, you're a weapon forged by God Himself. The same flames that once surrounded you now burn within you, consuming doubt, fueling purpose, illuminating paths for others who still wander in the smoke. You don't need to fear future storms, you've already mastered the fire. What tried to harm you has become the proof of your calling. Your spirit carries the scent of smoke, not as a mark of ruin, but as evidence of victory. You walked through what many ran from, and because of that, heaven has stamped your name in authority. So now let your words heal others. Let your presence remind the broken that survival is possible. The fire was the test, but it also became your testimony. You're not waiting for rescue anymore, you are the rescue for someone else. Take this moment and let your heart agree with heaven. Type these words in the comments, "I am refined." You're not just saying it, you're declaring that the season of burning has fulfilled its purpose. You're announcing that your heart, your mind, your spirit have been purified by divine hands. The fire didn't end you, it introduced you. Remember this, the gold doesn't shine because it escaped the fire. It shines because it endured it. And so do you. There was a season when heaven went silent. You remember it vividly, the prayers that echoed into nothing, the nights when even worship felt empty, when it seemed that God had turned His face away. You wondered if you'd done something wrong, if maybe you'd fallen too far, spoken too little, hoped too late. But the truth was this, the silence was not absence. It was strategy. Silence is the language of deep work. When a seed is buried, it makes no sound. Yet beneath the soil, life is forming, roots are stretching, and identity is taking shape. That's what was happening in you. Heaven wasn't ignoring you. Heaven was incubating you. When you stopped hearing His voice, He was teaching you to trust His heart. You wanted direction. He wanted depth. You longed for noise. He offered stillness. Because what He was building inside you required silence. A silence that separates imitation from revelation. It was declared in the book of Psalms, chapter 62, verse 1. Truly, my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. Those words became your hidden rhythm. You learned to breathe again, not through answers, but through surrender. You discovered that peace isn't found when everything makes sense. It's found when you no longer need it to. In that quiet stretch of time, heaven rewired you. You stopped chasing signs and started listening for whispers. You stopped performing for approval and began walking in authenticity. You realized that faith isn't proven in miracles, it's proven in waiting. The silence carved strength into you, the kind that doesn't flinch when prayers linger unanswered. You see, the greatest teachers come disguised as stillness. The desert you walked through wasn't a punishment. It was a purification of noise. You learned to discern the sacred difference between God's delay and God's denial. What you mistook for distance was actually divine discipline, not the kind that wounds, but the kind that molds destiny. In those wordless months or years, you grew roots. You became anchored in ways you never imagined. The distractions that used to pull you apart lost their grip. You learned to be content in the quiet, to find holiness in the ordinary, to recognize that sometimes God hides not to vanish but to deepen your pursuit. The silence humbled you, yet it healed you. You stopped measuring faith by feelings. You stopped demanding answers and started offering worship. You learned to trust that even when He says nothing, He's still speaking through everything. When heaven went silent, your true hearing began. You began to recognize His presence in the sunrise, His comfort in a stranger's kindness, His confirmation in your own peace. You realized that God's absence was never real. It was your perspective shifting. He was there in the pause, teaching you patience, there in the stillness, teaching you stability, there in the waiting, teaching you worth. You didn't lose faith in that silence. You found mature faith, the kind that no longer begs, "Why me?" but instead declares, "Even now." That silence turned you from a follower into a vessel, from a seeker of signs into a carrier of presence. Now, when life grows quiet again, you no longer panic. You recognize the holy hush. You understand that heaven stills the air before promotion. That divine silence is often the threshold of divine speech. What once felt like abandonment now feels like alignment. The silence made you strong. It taught you how to stand when the world shakes. It gave you the kind of calm that hell can't imitate. And though you once resented it, you now treasure it because it was in that sacred quiet that you met the truest version of God and the truest version of yourself. The air around you feels lighter now, doesn't it? Chosen one. Something invisible has shifted. The pressure that once surrounded your heart has eased, and there's a stillness that feels almost sacred. This is what happens when heaven moves not with noise or chaos, but with quiet authority. You've stepped into a divine shift. Everything that once resisted you is beginning to release you. What was once locked is now unlocking. What was delayed is finding its time. And the most beautiful part is this: you don't have to chase it. What belongs to you is already finding its way home. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. You've lived that verse without even realizing it. All things, the pain, the pauses, the disappointments, they have been weaving together behind the scenes for your good. The shift you feel is heaven realigning the pieces that once looked broken. You are standing in the center of divine orchestration. This is the turning point. The nights of striving are over. The season of survival gives way to one of flow. You don't need to push doors anymore, they'll open because they recognize the oil on your hands. You don't need to prove your worth, your endurance has already spoken for you. Now listen closely. Messages like this, words that carry healing and revelation, are lights set in the dark. They're like lamps in a storm, quietly burning so that someone somewhere doesn't lose their way. And every lamp needs oil not as payment, but as participation. If these words have touched you, if they've reminded you that God still sees you, then I invite you gently, freely to pour a little oil back into the flame. Share this message so the light travels further. Like it so the current of grace keeps flowing. Subscribe so your spirit stays connected to this stream of truth. And if you feel led, donate not out of pressure, but as a quiet offering, a drop of oil keeping this lighthouse burning for others still lost at sea. Think of it like tending a sacred flame. The keeper doesn't force anyone to help. He simply keeps the light burning for every traveler who might stumble upon it. When someone brings oil, they become part of the miracle. Every share, every subscription, every seed of support is oil in the lamp. It keeps the message glowing for another weary soul who needs hope tonight. Your generosity doesn't buy blessings, it multiplies them. It says, God, I want this light to reach another heart. That's what this movement is about: chosen ones, healed ones, rising ones, passing the torch forward, one act of love at a time. So if this word has found you in your moment of turning, let it be a sign. You've shifted, you've risen, and now you get to be part of how heaven shines through this world. May every act of kindness you release come back to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. May your home be filled with the same light you helped keep burning here. The shift is real. The story is changing. You are not only blessed, you are becoming a blessing. Light travels farther when shared. What began as a whisper in your heart becomes a ripple across nations. Keep your lamp trimmed, your spirit steady, and your voice gentle. Someone's dawn will rise because you refuse to let your flame die. Grace moves quietly through giving. When you share light, heaven multiplies it back into your own life: peace where fear lived, joy where heaviness lingered. The fire you keep burning here becomes the warmth that finds you in tomorrow's night. The chains are gone now. Chosen one, you can feel it. The invisible weight that used to pull at your soul has fallen away. You've spent years believing that freedom was far, something you had to earn, something reserved for the stronger, the purer, the better. But look at you now. The very things that once held you hostage no longer have a voice. You used to wake up with fear sitting at the edge of your bed, whispering old lies. Now, there's peace in that space. You used to walk through days dragging invisible chains of shame, regret, or self-doubt, but those links have turned to dust. The darkness tried to convince you that freedom wasn't possible, but heaven has rewritten your story. The Word of God declares in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. That verse is alive in you right now. You don't just read it, you are it. Freedom isn't something you're waiting for anymore, it's something you're walking in. Every thought that once tormented you has lost its grip. Every mistake that once defined you has lost its voice. You are not the sum of what happened to you. You are the result of what God is doing through you. Think back to who you used to be, always striving, always apologizing, always afraid of never being enough. That version of you was precious but temporary. It was a caterpillar before the wings. The pain of transformation was real, but it was necessary. And now, when you look at your reflection, you don't see shame anymore, you see strength. What's beautiful about this freedom is that it didn't arrive through ease. It came through surrender. You didn't have to fight every chain with your hands, you just had to open them. When you finally let go of what wasn't yours to carry, heaven moved. That's when the shackles began to break quietly, invisibly, completely. You've learned that freedom isn't loud. It doesn't always come with a shout or a miracle moment. Sometimes it comes in a whisper in a decision made at 2 a.m. when you said, "Enough. I choose peace." That's when the spiritual locks began to loosen. That's when heaven began to rewrite your rhythm. Every habit that once enslaved you, every fear that whispered you can't, has been dismantled. The ground beneath your feet has changed. You're walking lighter because you're walking truer. You are not bound by your past, your failures, or your fear of tomorrow. You've been redeemed fully, freely, finally, and this freedom will become a song that others hear. The same grace that carried you out of the pit will one day flow through your words, your smile, your presence. People won't know why they feel peace around you, but heaven will. You'll carry the fragrance of deliverance. Right now, take a breath and feel it, the peace, the stillness, the absence of weight. That's what victory feels like. That's what healing sounds like when the chains hit the ground. To seal this moment, write this number in the comments: 555. It's not a code, it's a declaration. It means grace upon grace, the freedom of change, the divine confirmation that you are no longer who you were. When you type it, you're saying, "I'm walking in newness. I'm free up and I'm not turning back." The chains are ashes now. The doors are open. Walk forward and don't look back. When you comment 555, you're not typing a number, you're making a covenant. It's the sound of release, the whisper of transformation. Each digit declares grace multiplied, freedom sealed, and divine alignment set in motion for the next chapter of your journey. So when your fingers type 555, imagine heaven echoing it back threefold. It's a symbol that your past has expired, your present is redeemed, and your future stands open. You're saying, "I am free, and this freedom will never be undone." There is a sound in heaven that is not made of words, it is made of celebration. It rises like thunder wrapped in light, and though the world cannot hear it, your spirit does. That sound is for you. It is heaven's applause. Every trial you endured was not forgotten. Every tear that touched the earth became a note in a divine symphony. The angels saw you when you knelt alone in exhaustion, when you chose forgiveness over bitterness, when you believed even with trembling faith. Each of those moments built a melody of triumph that now fills the courts of heaven. It was written in the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. "Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." That crown is not a symbol of perfection. It's a testimony of endurance. You didn't always walk in strength, but you refused to give up. You didn't always understand, but you still trusted. You didn't always feel worthy, yet you kept standing. And that is what separates the chosen from the lost: persistence through pain, faith in the silence, love in the face of betrayal. Heaven remembers the nights you whispered prayers with no words left, the mornings you rose even when your heart begged to stay down. Every step, every breath, every trembling act of faith became part of a divine record. And today, heaven reads your name with honor. You didn't know that angels marvel at you. They do, because to them, faith without sight is a mystery, yet you lived it. You walked through darkness without seeing the end and still declared that light was coming. They watched you choose peace when you had every reason to rage. They saw you surrender when pride wanted to fight. They saw you love when pain demanded distance. That is why heaven claps for you now. Not because you were flawless, but because you were faithful. You proved that human fragility wrapped in divine grace can overcome anything. You showed the unseen world what trust really looks like. There's a beauty in your scars that only eternity can interpret. They are the proof that pain visited but could not stay. They're not ugly, they're radiant, like silver lines etched into your spirit by the very hand of God. And this applause you sense, this unseen joy in the atmosphere, it's not just for what you've done, but for what you've become. You are no longer the same soul that entered the storm. You are refined, lighter, wiser, and more dangerous to darkness than ever before. The heavens celebrate you not only for surviving, but for transforming. For letting go when holding on would have been easier. For blessing those who broke you. For refusing to curse what was secretly building you. Even now, heaven leans closer, and the Father smiles. He says, "I told you you'd make it," and your spirit, finally unburdened, whispers back, "I see it now." Take a quiet moment here. Let your heart feel the weight of that divine recognition. This is not pride. This is awareness, the realization that endurance has value, that faithfulness has fruit, that your unseen victories are celebrated in realms beyond this world. You have walked through fire, silence, and shadow, and heaven has watched it all unfold like a sacred story. And now, at this chapter's turning, you stand not as a survivor, but as a testimony. The applause is not ending, it's just beginning. And somewhere deep within, your soul bows not in exhaustion this time, but in awe. Because now you understand the applause of heaven isn't loud, it's holy. It doesn't shout your name, it whispers your worth. You can feel it. Chosen one. Something sacred is being exchanged. The weight of your past identity is slipping away, and heaven is placing something new upon you. It isn't loud or dramatic, it's quiet, like a robe being draped over your shoulders. You don't fight for it, you simply receive it. This is the crown exchange, the moment when heaven trades your pain for purpose. You carried labels that were never meant for you, too much. Not enough, forgotten, broken. They clung to your spirit like dust after a storm. But one by one, those false names are falling, and in their place, God is calling you by your real name, royalty. The prophet Isaiah wrote, chapter 61, verse 3, "To bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair." You are standing in that verse right now. The ashes that once covered your heart are being brushed away by divine hands. What you thought was loss was actually preparation for this coronation. Heaven never forgets a head bowed in surrender, and yours is being lifted now, crowned with dignity, grace, and divine authority. This exchange is not about ego or pride. It's not about power over others. It's about finally recognizing who you've always been in the eyes of heaven. You were never meant to crawl. You were born to walk tall, clothed in light. You were never meant to beg for love. You were chosen to embody it. You may still feel the memory of your past pressing at your shoulders, the habits, the fears, the old identity whispering, "You don't deserve this." But listen carefully. Heaven never crowns based on perfection. It crowns based on purpose. You have been refined through storms that would have destroyed others. You have endured. That endurance is your qualification. Imagine this moment as if you're standing before a mirror. You're watching the reflection of who you were slowly fade, the tired eyes, the bowed head, the heart full of questions. In its place, you see light, calm strength, quiet royalty. You are watching the prophecy unfold in real time. The crown placed upon you isn't made of gold or jewels. It's made of every yes you gave God when no one understood. It's made of the times you forgave when bitterness begged to stay. It's made of your prayers whispered in the dark, your faith that refused to die, your love that never stopped reaching. You are not becoming someone new, you are remembering who you were all along. The world made you forget, but heaven is reminding you now. You were born marked, born royal, born chosen. This exchange also comes with responsibility. The crown isn't just a symbol of honor. It's a call to rise, to lead with compassion, not control, to love without fear, to walk in truth, even when the world rewards deception. The crown glows only when humility fuels it. So wear it well. Let it remind you that you no longer need to explain your worth. You don't chase validation when you're already enthroned. You no longer measure yourself by who accepts you. Your identity is anchored in eternity. Look at your reflection once more and see what heaven sees: a vessel of light, clothed in purpose, walking with the calm of one who knows who they are. The crown is invisible to most, but not to the ones meant to walk beside you. They'll recognize it, they'll feel it, and darkness will fear it. You've exchanged your ashes for beauty, your mourning for joy, your despair for praise. This is your coronation moment, silent, sacred, eternal. Walk forward, crowned and free. Something new stirs in the air around you. Chosen one. You can sense it, a quiet authority awakening inside your spirit. It isn't pride, it's divine permission. Heaven is placing a new mantle on your shoulders, woven not from status or title, but from obedience and endurance. This mantle doesn't come to those who chase it. It comes to those who have been faithful in secret, those who have worshipped in silence, those who didn't quit when everything told them to stop. That's you. You didn't just pass a test, you were entrusted with power. The prophet Elisha once watched as Elijah's mantle fell from the sky, a symbol of new authority and divine inheritance. The same thing is happening in the spirit realm right now. What once rested above you is now resting upon you. The mantle you carry carries heaven's signature, as Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. Behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing shall harm you. That promise is not for someone else, it's for you. You've been walking beneath that verse without even realizing it. The same spirit that resurrected hope in you is now empowering your words, your steps, your very presence. Your voice has shifted, it now carries weight in both realms. When you speak, darkness listens. When you pray, the atmosphere responds. You are no longer fighting for survival, you're operating in assignment. The words that used to feel small now move mountains. The prayers that once felt weak now split chains. Heaven has upgraded your authority. You no longer pray as a beggar. You declare as an ambassador. You no longer fear the enemy. The enemy fears what you've become. Every scar you carry has become proof that you are dangerous to darkness, not because of your strength, but because of the power working within you. This new mantle comes with a stillness, a calm that confuses chaos. You won't need to explain yourself to people anymore. Your peace will do the talking. You won't need to defend your calling. Your fruit will speak for you. When you walk into a room, the unseen realm will recognize the one who has been with God. This is the mantle of restoration, of healing, of prophetic clarity. You will begin to see people differently, not as enemies or obstacles, but as souls heaven longs to reach. Your words will carry healing. Your hands will carry peace. What once wounded you will now fuel your ministry. Chosen one, this is not exaggeration, this is transformation. Heaven didn't bring you through pain just to comfort you, it brought you through pain to commission you. The weight you feel now isn't burden, it's anointing. It's heaven resting on you, trusting you with more. So step carefully, speak boldly, and love deeply. Your mantle was not given to be shown off. It was given to be poured out. You are a carrier of breakthrough now. Every place you go will feel the tremor of your obedience. Every person you touch will feel the echo of grace. If your spirit feels this word, if you sense that this mantle has fallen upon you, write this simple declaration in the comments: I carry fire. Because you do. Not the fire that burns and destroys, but the fire that illuminates, purifies, and revives. It's the fire of purpose, the evidence that heaven has trusted you to bring light where darkness once ruled. You don't need permission anymore. You've already been chosen, commissioned, and crowned with flame. The world will begin to notice. Chosen one. Not because you shout louder or demand attention, but because light cannot hide when it has been refined by darkness. You've been hidden long enough. The season of silence was the seed stage. Now the bloom has begun. There will be moments soon when people who once overlooked you will pause and look again. They won't understand what changed. They'll just feel it. That quiet glow around your life, that calm authority in your words, it's the evidence of God's favor resting upon you. You are not rising to prove anything. You're rising to reveal something. The glory within you was never meant to stay private. It was meant to spill over into the world like sunlight through open windows. As Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16, "Let your light so shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." That's what this moment is, the unveiling of divine light through human form. You, not a preacher, not a prophet, not a distant figure. You. Heaven shines through your daily kindness, your quiet strength, your mercy toward others who still walk in pain. People will notice, not because you perform miracles, but because you live them. Your peace will heal rooms. Your humility will shift atmospheres. Your words will breathe life into hearts that have forgotten how to hope. You are becoming a living sermon, a walking answer to someone else's prayer. And when they ask how you carry such light, tell them the truth that grace carried you first. This is also a moment of sacred partnership. The light you now carry was kindled through words, through messages, through connections like this one, sparks that helped you find your way through long nights. If those sparks have kept you warm, then consider helping the flame reach farther. Like this message, not as routine, but as a gentle way of saying, I received the light. Share it, so that someone else wandering in silence might stumble upon hope. Subscribe, not out of habit, but to stay close to the current of words that have been guiding your spirit. And if your heart feels that quiet nudge, that whisper to take part, then donate. Not out of pressure, but as worship. Think of it like planting a tree whose shade you may never need, but someone else surely will. Every gift, every act of kindness becomes a root deepening the soil where truth grows. Your donation is not payment, it's participation. It's the pouring of oil into the lamp so the flame never dies out. You're helping keep the lighthouse shining for those still lost at sea. Imagine this somewhere right now. Someone is on the edge of giving up, scrolling through the dark. They don't know that this very message, the one you help sustain, will find them at just the right moment. That's how heaven works. Quietly, through willing hearts. You're not giving to me. You're giving through me into the work of light itself. You're saying, let the flame keep burning, because someone else needs to see what I now see. So as this new light rises on your life, let it multiply. Every act of generosity, every share, every whispered prayer becomes part of heaven's ripple. Together, we become the dawn for those still trapped in night. You are the living proof that God restores, redeems, and reawakens. Let your life keep glowing freely, joyfully, beautifully. Light multiplies when it's shared. Each act of giving becomes a spark that travels farther than you can see. Somewhere, a weary soul will breathe again because your kindness kept the flame alive. That's how heaven writes miracles through willing hearts like yours. You are walking in open heavens now. Chosen one. The air feels different because it is the resistance that once made every step feel heavy has lifted. You are not struggling to be seen anymore. You are moving in alignment. What used to take months of striving now happens with ease because grace has gone ahead of you. When heaven opens, it doesn't always appear as thunder or lightning. Sometimes it looks like small, effortless victories, conversations that flow, doors that open naturally, opportunities that find you instead of you chasing them. This is what divine flow feels like, peace wrapped in motion. It is written in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 12. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. That's what is happening around you now. The rain has started, not the kind that soaks clothes and muddies roads, but the kind that softens the ground of your destiny. The seeds you planted in faith, the prayers, the forgiveness, the silent obedience are sprouting under this divine rain. There were seasons when you worked so hard and saw no fruit. You prayed, but silence answered. You served, but it seemed no one noticed. Heaven wasn't rejecting your effort. It was waiting for the appointed time. And now, that time has come. The heavens above you are no longer brass, they are open windows. Blessing doesn't always roar. Sometimes it drips quietly. You may not even realize how surrounded you are until you pause and look back. Doors you thought closed forever are opening. People who once walked away are returning, not to take from you, but to bring restoration. Even your mistakes are turning into testimonies. This is the rhythm of open heavens, where favor finds you in the ordinary. It's not chaos, it's clarity. It's when you no longer have to force outcomes because your life itself has become a prayer that heaven honors. You'll begin to notice divine timing more clearly. The right person calling at the exact right moment. The resources arriving just before the need arises. The peace in decisions that once kept you awake. That's what it looks like when God takes the lead. Order replaces anxiety. Alignment replaces confusion. You are walking in the rhythm of grace now. It doesn't mean storms will never come. It means storms will no longer drown you. The same rain that used to overwhelm you will now refresh you. You've learned to dance in what once terrified you. Even your perspective has changed. You no longer measure success by applause or attention, but by obedience. You know that the favor resting on you isn't a reward, it's a responsibility. Open heavens are not about accumulation, but assignment. You're being blessed to become a blessing. Under open heavens, everything connected to you begins to thrive. Your words carry healing. Your presence brings calm. Your work multiplies in impact even when your hands feel small. Because now, it's not just you doing it, it's heaven partnering with you. You've entered a flow where striving feels foreign and surrender feels natural. You don't chase, you attract. You don't push, you glide. You no longer question if you're in the right place because peace has become your compass. Look around you, the signs are subtle but real, opportunities aligning. Hearts softening, provision flowing, wisdom deepening. You are living beneath the open sky of favor. So keep walking with reverence. Keep your heart humble, your hands ready, and your spirit tuned to the gentle rhythm of grace. The heavens are open and they have chosen to stay that way over you. Everything is coming full circle now. Chosen one. What once felt scattered and senseless is aligning in divine symmetry. You can almost see it, how every delay, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer had a hidden rhythm behind it. Heaven is a master of timing. and you've just stepped into your season of completion. The old chapter has fully closed. The lessons have settled. The pain has been purified. What was meant to destroy you has become the foundation under your feet. You are standing in restoration, not because you demanded it, but because you endured for it. It was proclaimed in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. That promise is alive right now. You thought too much time had passed, that you'd missed your moment. But God doesn't measure restoration in hours. He measures it in wholeness. He's not just giving back what you lost. He's redeeming what you learned in the losing. Restoration doesn't always arrive in the same shape it left. Sometimes the people don't return, but peace does. Sometimes the opportunities shift, but the wisdom stays. God never returns things unchanged. He always sends them back transformed. The circle is closing beautifully. Everything that once felt unfinished is finding its conclusion. The apology you never received is being replaced by understanding. The door that shut in your face has led to a better one, custom built for you. Even your memories are healing, no longer anchors, but altars of gratitude. You have lived through subtraction, but now you'll live through addition. The same places that echoed with silence will soon resonate with joy. What was once delayed is now arriving without struggle. Because heaven no longer needs to test your waiting, it's time to reward it. And as restoration unfolds, something deeper is being completed inside you. Forgiveness. You've stopped asking, why did they hurt me, and started whispering, thank you for what it taught me. That shift is spiritual maturity, and that's the sound of closure. Completion doesn't mean every question is answered. It means your heart no longer needs them to be. It means peace has filled the gaps that explanations never could. It means you can finally rest without replaying old pain. Because you understand now that every broken piece was part of a mosaic only heaven could design. Chosen one, this isn't the end, it's the circle sealing itself. You are being restored in waves, first your spirit, then your relationships, then your opportunities. Life is not repeating, it's redeeming. You're not returning to what was, you're stepping into what was always meant to be. If this word stirs something inside you, take a moment to mark it prophetically. In the comments, write 8888. It's more than a number, it's a declaration of new beginnings birthed from completion. The 888s represent the infinity of God's grace, the endless cycle of death to life, loss to restoration, tears to testimony. When you type 888, you're saying, I receive restoration, I receive renewal, I receive everything heaven has kept in store for me. This is your full circle season. The pieces fit now. The ache has meaning. The waiting wasn't wasted, it was weaving wholeness into your story. When you write 888, you're not just typing digits, you're agreeing with heaven's rhythm. It's a prophetic echo that says, my story has come full circle, and I am ready for new creation. Each 8 curves into eternity, symbolizing grace that never ends and beginnings that never fade. So as you comment 888, imagine heaven tracing it in light above your name. It means restoration has reached its completion. Renewal has been released, and divine order now governs your path. You're saying, I accept my new season, I embrace peace, and I walk fully restored. Something sacred happens when hearts begin to heal together. You've spent years learning how to be whole within yourself, but now heaven turns the page toward connection, not the old kind built on need or fear, but one born from peace. The people meant for your destiny are returning, not to repeat the past, but to redeem it. You can feel it already, a softness in the air around your relationships. The bitterness that once poisoned your memories is dissolving. The walls you built for protection are no longer necessary. Grace has taken their place. God is not just healing you. He's healing the space between you and the ones you love. It was spoken in the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Those words now move through your story like wind through open windows. Forgiveness has become easier, not because what happened was small, but because your heart has grown larger. You've realized that holding on to pain is like holding breath, it only suffocates you. There are people you once couldn't imagine speaking to again, yet now, peace rises where tension used to dwell. Some of them may reach out, some may not, but the weight of resentment has already been lifted. That's the miracle. Healing doesn't depend on their apology. It depends on your release. Heaven is aligning hearts again. Old friends, family members, soul connections, people who walked away during your storm. Some will return with humility, some with silence, but all according to divine timing. God is not rewriting old chapters. He's writing a sequel. The tone is different now, wiser, softer, more mature. Forgiveness has made room for restoration. The moments that once brought tears will now bring understanding. The people who once wounded you may become witnesses to your transformation, even if they never say, "I'm sorry." Your peace will speak loud enough for both of you. There is a divine weaving taking place. The same spirit that healed your heart is moving through the hearts of others. Words that were once sharp are turning gentle. Eyes that once turned away are learning to look again without fear. You don't need to force any of it. What is meant will always find its way. Some relationships will return. Others will remain memories wrapped in gratitude. Not every bond is meant to be rebuilt, but all are meant to be reconciled, even if that reconciliation happens only in your heart. Peace is not always presence. Sometimes it's permission to let go with love. You've learned to bless without bitterness, to remember without reopening wounds, to love without losing yourself. That's what true restoration looks like, not dependence, but balance. You can finally give freely because your giving no longer costs your peace. And in this renewal of connection, something holy happens. You start to see people not through the lens of pain, but through the lens of purpose. You recognize that even the ones who hurt you were part of shaping who you became. Every goodbye that once shattered you was actually guiding you toward those who would honor your spirit. The circle widens now. God is placing the right people beside you, those who carry similar fire, similar compassion, similar vision. Together, you'll build, heal, and uplift. You'll recognize each other not by words but by resonance. The silent knowing that you're walking the same divine road. Chosen one, you are not meant to journey alone anymore. Restoration has expanded your heart so that love can live there again. Not fragile, fearful love, but steady. Holy love that reflects heaven's rhythm. The kind that doesn't cage but frees. The kind that doesn't demand but delights. You are surrounded now not just by people but by peace, by understanding, by heaven's quiet harmony. The season of isolation has ended. Relationship, community, connection. They are not distractions. They are part of your healing. And this time, it will not hurt. This time, it will hold. Your voice is changing. Chosen one. Not in tone or volume, but in essence. There is a new weight to your words, a resonance that wasn't there before. Every syllable carries something unseen, truth wrapped in tenderness, conviction wrapped in compassion. You've been through enough to speak with authority. yet healed enough to speak with grace. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs light. And that's exactly what your voice has become, a trumpet of light cutting through confusion, calling others out of darkness not by command but by clarity. You no longer speak to impress, you speak to awaken. It is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. You've tasted both. You know what it feels like to have words spoken over you that wounded, and you know the beauty of words that healed. That's why you now speak differently. You've seen firsthand that words are not sound, they are seeds. Every sentence you release plants something eternal, either life or loss. Once you spoke from pain, from defense, from desperation. You reacted to be heard. Now you respond to bring healing. You've learned that silence can be stronger than argument, and gentleness more powerful than control. The fire that used to rage in your words has been refined into light, warm, steady, guiding. When heaven gives someone a trumpet, it isn't to make noise, it's to announce truth. Your voice will now reach places your feet never will. It will carry through conversations, through messages, through moments you don't even notice, leaving traces of grace behind. You may not always see the fruit, but every echo counts. You've also learned the sacred rhythm of restraint. There's wisdom in knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. Your voice doesn't need to fill every space. Sometimes light travels farther when it flickers softly. Sometimes truth is received only when it arrives with patience. Your words are no longer casual, they are consecrated. Heaven listens when you speak now because your heart has been purified through pain. You don't use words as weapons, you use them as instruments. You speak healing into chaos, calm into fear, forgiveness into pride. You are becoming what prophets once were, not a fortune teller, but a truth bearer, a voice that restores alignment where the world has twisted meaning. You will speak into hopelessness and watch life return. You will whisper into brokenness and watch strength stand tall again. The beauty is that you don't have to try. Light doesn't try to shine, it simply does. The anointing resting on your voice will do the work naturally. The same presence that transformed you will flow through you without effort. Every testimony you share, every encouragement you give, every truth you release will carry the fragrance of heaven. Your words will no longer come from the place of needing to be understood. They'll come from the place of already being known. That's the shift. You're not speaking to be validated. You're speaking to liberate. You're not trying to prove your worth. You're reminding others of theirs. So guard your voice. Use it with purpose. When you speak, let your motive be love and your tone be peace. Let truth pass through your lips like light through glass, soft enough to see through, strong enough to illuminate. The trumpet of light you carry will not fade. It will grow. And every time you speak with integrity and compassion, heaven will harmonize with you. You are not just a survivor anymore. You are a sound, a divine echo in a world desperate to hear truth again. Guard the flame, chosen one. You've been entrusted with something sacred, not a spotlight, not a platform, but a fire. It flickers quietly inside you, steady and alive. This flame is not for display, it is for direction. It lights the path ahead and warms those who walk near you. You've seen how easy it is for the world to distract, to pull hearts toward noise and away from purpose. But your flame is too rare to waste on what's fleeting. Protect it from bitterness, from comparison, from voices that drain instead of pour. Every time you choose peace over pride, forgiveness over fury, silence over spectacle, you guard the flame. As Jesus spoke in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. That's who you are now. You don't have to shout to shine. The glow of your spirit is enough. Every kind word you release is a spark. Every act of mercy adds warmth. And every time you show love where hate once ruled, your fire burns brighter. But even the purest flames need tending. Light grows dim when it stands alone. That's why community matters not to be seen, but to stay lit. Somewhere, someone else carries a small spark, trembling in the wind of their own battles. When your flames meet, the darkness retreats. That's the beauty of shared light. It multiplies without losing itself. So I invite you gently share this light. Not as an obligation, but as an act of love. Like this message, if it has stirred something within you, it's like lifting your candle high so others can find their way. Comment below. A few words can become sparks that travel far, touching hearts you'll never meet. Subscribe, not to follow a person, but to remain close to this living fire of faith that keeps glowing in the dark. And if you ever feel that soft pull in your heart, that sacred whisper to give back, then donate. Not out of duty, but as devotion. Imagine it as pouring a little oil into the lamp so the flame never fades. Each gift, each act of kindness, becomes another heartbeat of light expanding outward, turning cold spaces warm again. You're not funding noise, you're fueling hope. You're saying, let this light keep burning. You're joining hands with countless unseen hearts across the world, all tending the same sacred flame. Every time you give, no matter how small, heaven smiles not at the size of the gift, but at the love behind it. Imagine the glow from all those little lights, thousands of them blending into a great horizon of warmth. That's what happens when the chosen guard the flame together. Each like, each comment, each act of giving is a spark that tells the world light still lives here. This movement isn't about fame or numbers. It's about presence, a gathering of souls who refuse to let the cold win. You are part of that story. You are a keeper of divine warmth. So keep the flame, feed it gently, share it bravely. Let it move through you until even the shadows learn to kneel before its glow. Because the truth is simple and eternal. The more light you give, the brighter you become. Light remembers where it came from. Every spark you've tended becomes a silent messenger, flying beyond sight to brighten unseen places. What you give in warmth always returns as glow. No gift of light is ever lost, only multiplied across waiting hearts. So keep tending the quiet fire. Let generosity be your language. Kindness your smoke rising toward heaven. Somewhere, someone will see your light and realize it's safe to hope again. That's how revival begins, not with noise, but with one faithful flame shared. This is the era of overflow, chosen one. The days of merely surviving are behind you. You're not gathering crumbs anymore. You're sitting at a table heaven prepared while you were still weeping in the wilderness. What's coming now won't be the result of striving, but of being ready. Overflow is not excess. It is alignment. It happens when your spirit finally matches heaven's rhythm. The things that once drained you now flow naturally. You no longer cling to blessings in fear of losing them. You let them move through you because you've learned they were never yours to hoard, only to steward. It is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. That cup is your life now, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is purposeful. The same hands that anointed you in pain are now filling you in peace. What once emptied you will now empower you. Where you once prayed for enough, You'll now carry more than you need enough to pour into others without running dry. Overflow doesn't always mean material abundance. It means a spirit that no longer fears lack. It's peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, joy that outlasts storms, hope that regenerates no matter what season comes next. You've stopped chasing provision because you've met the provider. There was a time you begged for breakthrough. Now, breakthroughs follow you. Doors that once refused to open now swing wide at your approach because heaven recognizes your scent, the fragrance of one who has been crushed yet chosen. You've learned that true abundance doesn't come from what you hold in your hands, but from what flows through your heart. Even your relationships are shifting under this overflow. The ones who couldn't stay have made space for those who will. The people around you now aren't here to take. They're here to build. This is what divine alignment feels like: effortless harmony, mutual upliftment, peace that multiplies. Your emotions, too, are overflowing, but not in the chaos of before. This overflow is calm, like a river after the storm, steady and deep. It carries memories, wisdom, compassion. You no longer despise what broke you because you see how it carved channels in you for grace to flow through. Everything you endured made room for this. Every valley widened your capacity to hold joy. Every loss prepared your heart to appreciate what's real. You can finally receive without fear because you no longer depend on the gift, you trust the giver. You are walking in abundance that others will feel just by being near you. They won't always know what changed. They'll just sense peace when you enter. That's overflow, when what fills you begins to spill into the world around you, watering dry ground without effort. You'll notice it in the smallest things: laughter returning, clarity replacing confusion, opportunities arriving without strain. The same God who walked with you through famine is now guiding you through fruitfulness. And you'll know it's real because it feels restful, not rushed. This is not the end of your growth. It's the expansion of it. Overflow doesn't mean the absence of challenges. It means challenges can no longer drain you. You carry rivers now, not puddles. You flow, you nourish, you refresh. So rest in this truth: you are not waiting for blessing anymore. You are the blessing. You are living proof that grace multiplies when it is trusted, that peace expands when it is shared. The overflow has begun, not loud, but steady, not fleeting, but eternal. Heaven watches quietly. Chosen one. The journey that once felt endless now finds its still point. You've crossed deserts of silence, climbed mountains of testing, and walked through valleys that tried to bury your faith. Yet here you stand, not broken but crowned, not exhausted but transformed. This moment isn't loud. It doesn't come with trumpets or crowds. It comes with peace, the kind that seeps deep into your bones, whispering, "You made it." The crown resting on your spirit is invisible to the world, but heaven sees it clearly. It was forged in fire, cooled in tears, and polished in obedience. As the Apostle Paul wrote in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 7 to 8, "I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness." That verse is no longer distant scripture, it has become your reality. You fought battles no one else saw and kept your faith when even hope seemed foreign. This crown isn't a reward for perfection. It's the recognition of persistence. You didn't give up when the night stretched long. You kept walking even when light felt like a rumor. Now heaven says, "Well done." And those words echo through every scar, every memory, every dark place you redeemed with your endurance. You are not being crowned for escaping pain. You are being crowned because you allowed pain to become purpose. Your commission begins here, not as a ruler in the world's sense, but as a restorer in heaven's. You are a carrier of peace now, a keeper of wisdom, a vessel for the same grace that once rescued you. The authority you carry is quiet but undeniable. It's the kind that shifts atmospheres without raising its voice. You'll notice it soon, how your presence calms chaos, how your laughter disarms fear, how your gentleness carries more power than anger ever did. That's what happens when a soul is crowned. It becomes a mirror of heaven's character. You were refined to reflect glory, not to collect it. The path ahead won't always be easy, but it will be clear. The fog that once confused you has lifted. You see now that every detour was design, every delay divine. What once felt like punishment was protection. The doors that closed did not reject you, they redirected you to destiny. You'll walk forward now, not as the wounded one, but as the witness. The world won't just hear your story, they'll feel it. Your life will preach louder than words. You'll carry restoration wherever you go, not through effort, but through overflow. And when darkness tries again to whisper your old names unworthy, forgotten, too late you'll smile. Because you'll remember crowns don't fit on bowed heads. You'll lift your chin and keep walking, clothed in peace, surrounded by purpose. Your season of striving has ended. Your era of reigning in grace has begun. You are not here to repeat the past. You are here to rebuild what others thought was lost. You'll touch lives not by trying harder, but by simply being who heaven shaped you to be whole. Wise, radiant, real. The darkness you walked through will become the light you lead with. The storms that tore you apart will become the wind beneath your wings. You are both the survivor of yesterday and the shepherd of tomorrow. Heaven is still watching, but no longer in concern, now in celebration. You have become everything your trials whispered you would be. You are crowned, chosen one. You are commissioned. Go and reign not above others, but beyond fear. And now the circle closes. Chosen one. The journey that began in ashes ends in light. You've walked through every shadow, carried every burden, and found yourself crowned in peace. This is where the story pauses, not to end, but to breathe. Before you step into the next sunrise, take a moment and look around. There are others still walking through the storms you've survived. Somewhere, someone is scrolling in silence, praying for a sign that hope still lives. You can become that sign. Share this message like you would pass a lantern through the dark. You never know whose trembling hands might catch it. Like it as a small spark of agreement, a whisper to heaven that the flame still burns. Comment something from your heart, not for attention, but as a testimony that light wins. Every word you leave here becomes a seed of encouragement waiting to bloom in another heart. If your spirit feels connected to this flow, subscribe to stay near it. Think of it as keeping a candle on the window, always ready to guide you home when the world grows dim again. And if love stirs within you a quiet nudge to help this fire keep glowing, then donate. Not out of duty, but out of gratitude. Imagine pouring oil into a lamp that warms strangers you'll never meet. Each gift, each act of kindness, adds one more heartbeat to this living flame. The light we keep together will travel farther than any of us can see. What began as a whisper here becomes a chorus across the night. So go gently, crowned and luminous. Guard your flame. Share your warmth. The darkness is over now. Let the dawn begin through you.